My name is Paul Rapp, and I was the village engineer from 1961 to 1970 for the then village of Winnequah. When I came on board, we already had a master plan from the Green Engineering Company of Middleton for our 65-acre proposed park in the middle of Winnequah, which was a very unusual situation to have a park so centrally located. We took bids on the grading in, I believe, 1962. A lot of the contractors were worried about this type of a project because of the unusual ground conditions. We had, it was marshy, it was part landfill, but Duncan McDougall, a contractor from the Sauk City area, was willing to take a chance and gave us a low bid. And as you see right now, they're dredging for the lagoons, and that material was used to fill the low spots. And in order to get out there and not lose equipment by having it sink into the ground, why they used pads. And the other strategy was to do it in the wintertime when the ground was at least partially frozen. And this worked out very well. This project, for its cost, was very, very well received. It was cost effective. As far as I personally was concerned, I wanted to follow the master plan. I didn't want, once the legislative body approved the plan, I didn't want individuals to make changes because it was an excellent plan. And as a result, this was one that really was built according to plan. You can see the lagoons being formed. Interestingly enough, if you look at the old plans of the area or the maps, there actually was a lagoon that went through here in the old days. And unfortunately, it got filled in, like so many have. But we were able to restore this one, and I think was an excellent idea. And again, the dirt was used for filling in the low spots. As I recall, this project was done completely in one winter season. In fact, I know it was. And they used the equipment you see in the film are what is known as a drag line. And it's very good for this type of work because of you're able to sit on pads and reach out for quite a distance in order to do the excavating. And of course, once the dirt is out on the in the fill area, then you can use the bulldozers to place it in the proper position. And that's what they're doing, and they also used trucks to move the dirt. there's a view of Nichols Road. Now, one of our problems was to get the water under Nichols Road, and we decided to do that by installing a culvert with our own village crews at that time, which we'll see shortly. As I said, we didn't receive too many bids on this job because the contractors had not had the experience in this kind of questionable ground that they had to work on. And as a result, the bids came in rather high, except for Duncan McDougall, who thought he figured out a way to do it. And as it turned out, he did. And interestingly enough, he told me after the job was finished that he would like to have 2 or 3 more just like him. Here where the ground was a little firmer, we were able to bring in the large dump trucks in order to move the dirt from the excavations to where it was needed. This, of course, had to all be staked out. And I was given some help to do that, of course. Again, following the master plan. Our relationship with the contractor on this project was excellent. We worked very well together. I don't really have the figures on how much dirt was moved, but it was considerable. As you can well imagine, the park, of course, covers 62 acres, and just except for some ball diamonds at one end, it was pretty much all new park. Now we get to the culvert, which was installed by our Monona crew, and they did an excellent job. The water, of course, was dammed up so that we could get the pipe in. That is probably a 5 or 6 foot diameter culvert, corrugated. Culverts of this kind are either corrugated metal or concrete. This particular job called for the corrugated. As you can see, you can handle a very large length quite handily with our front end loader. Some of you might recognize Bob Van Almen, who worked for the village for a number of years. Willard Schluter, whose family Schluter Road was named after, was our foreman at that time, our street superintendent, I suppose you would call him. The material you see in my hand shoveling was sand bedding for the pipe. I believe that was Harvey Becker in the background. Some of you remember Harvey. I think Harvey and Willard are no longer with us, but they were excellent workers at that time for the village. Now we open the floodgates, as it were, to let the water through under Nichols Road. That's always the fun time. And now we're backfilling the pipe with selected material. And that has to be compacted, of course, so you don't get settlement in the road. George Nemick was a little bitter with the topsoil. As I recall, he bought a farm, or had one, and he stripped it in order to get this material, and it was very, very good. As you can see, the present-day park is held up and has been nice, and the grass has grown very well on it. You see how that material that came out of the lagoons compacted very well. And to my knowledge, we have not had any problems to speak of with a settlement in any place. But this is the moving of the topsoil, getting it in place. You can imagine 65 acres, it takes a lot of topsoil. Here the soil is worked into place just like you would in a farmer's field, using same type of equipment, the disc and so forth, and the drag. Another completely different contractor was hired to fertilize the topsoil, just like you would do on your own yard if you were building for your lawn. And again, this is a type of equipment that you would use on a farm. absolutely sure that this was a different contractor, but it could have been that did the seeding. It could have been the same one that did the fertilizing, but I'm not sure. But anyway, they did a good job, or we wouldn't have all that grass out there right now. No, this was, helps me remember, the Bruce Company did the seeding. I have to say this was one of the fun jobs that I have had in my career. And when you see with what we started with, and what this project ended up to be, and the pleasure it has given over the years to so many people. It's one of my fondest thoughts of Monona.